Tricky night for Boris on board SeaExplorer YC Monaco. They've had very light winds in this second pack from the front, but hopefully through the morning the wind will start to increase and they can start moving a bit faster. But we can see some of the features on and some of the weather that they're dealing with at the moment. So we have this convergence zone marked here, and what that's basically is, it's the wind being driven from the northeast by this St. Helena high. It's quite a warm air mass. It's meeting with the air mass over here. It's quite confused at the moment, but you can see the wind from the south, and this meeting of the two air masses, this being quite cold air, is causing this convergence zone, and we can see there's a big wind shift along it, and also the wind is quite light. So we can see exactly how it's affecting the wind. So that's the convergence zone there, and you can see it's pretty light winds in this area. There's a bit more wind further down here where it meets, but the fleet are really going to want to know exactly the location of it, because they're sailing very close to it at the moment. So one thing they can do is they can look at the satellite imagery. So here we have an infrared satellite image from 0640 UTC this morning, and we can see this band of cloud which is marking roughly where the convergence zone is, and that's basically when these two very different air masses meet, very different temperatures. It causes the clouds to form like this. So what the fleet can do is they can have a look at the position of the clouds, and depending on where they want to sail it, if they want to be just to the north of the convergence zone, they can just avoid the clouds to the north. But how is this going to affect the routing in the next few days? So actually what's going to happen is the convergence zone is going to get knocked out the way by this high pressure that's moved in from the southwest, and the convergence zone is going to re-establish behind to the southeast of this high pressure. So with this high pressure, you can see how the wind is quite nice and strong down here. So the fleet are probably going to want to try and cut down through the light wind area to the south here, and to eventually get into the nice winds of the very South Atlantic. You can see the leaders over here, they've got a bit more of a tricky situation. They've either got to pass in front of the high pressure, sailing through the light winds, or they can stick with the rest of the fleet and sail further south and into the good wind. But for sure it's going to be a few more days of tricky light wind and shifty conditions, and we could see a good few lead changes.